Alright, so this video is going to be the absolute definition of the picture you see on screen right now. We're going to do some speculation today. A few days ago, on June 11th, JackFrags released a video, and in the outro of that video, these mysterious numbers appeared. And of course, the entire internet is trying to figure out if they have any significance, and people are having insane theory crafting threads on Reddit and everywhere else about it. And of course, I have to hit him with the obligatory, the numbers, Jack. What do they mean? So in today's video, I'm going to go over some of the most plausible theories that I have seen so far on this subject. Now keep in mind, this is 100% pure schizo speculation. But who doesn't love a little speculation every now and again? It is worth pointing out that I think JackFrags also did this for 2042 and nothing came of it. So this could very well mean absolutely nothing at all. Before I start going over some of these theories, I just want to announce that I'm going to be starting a new series on my YouTube channel that is a podcast format. The entire point of this series is to open conversations surrounding topics going on in the Battlefield community, and hopefully this will symbolize a bit of return to form when it comes to Battlefield collaborative content between multiple different content creators like Squad Up from the old days. In this series, I'll be talking to a bunch of different people. I'll be talking to people that heavily disagree with me. I'll even try to get some Redditors that hate me on the podcast, and we'll hash it out in these videos. I'll also talk to content creators like Ghost Gaming and whoever else you guys suggest in the comment section. So please, if you have any suggestions, feel free. The entire point of this is to open a better discourse and dialogue channel for conversations surrounding Battlefield, because I think Reddit and all this other social media is terrible for that. But moving on, the numbers, Jack. What do the numbers mean, Jack? Well, this guy on Reddit tried to figure it out alongside other people, and what he did is he did a bunch of different calculations with these numbers, adding them to each other, subtracting them from each other, and the number 69 kept coming up. Now, the really interesting part is, even when he didn't directly get the number 69 from performing subtraction between some of these numbers, he would get numbers like 206 and 137, and then he would subtract 137 from that 206, and again, he would get 69. Now, obviously, this could all be a very elaborate troll. None of this could be correct whatsoever, and we could be going down a useless path of speculation. But then, I want you to remember what I said at the beginning of this video. JackFrags released his video on June 11th. For a second, let's pretend 69 is days. What is 69 days after June 11th? Well, if you do the math on that, it comes out to be August 19th. Which just happens to be the opening night of Gamescom 2025. Now, if we're being strictly accurate, if you Google Gamescom 2025, you will see that it technically starts on August 20th. So, it's about a day off. But it also happens to be a pretty huge coincidence, and this is the best theory I have seen on this so far, personally. Obviously, if it's a day before Gamescom, or if it's exactly on Gamescom, JackFrags might be insinuating that the next Battlefield game will be officially shown and announced at Gamescom 2025. Now, this isn't the only theory. Of course, with the emergence of AI in the past couple of years, people have been feeding ChatGPT and other AIs this information, and I found this ChatGPT post pretty interesting. The person input all of these numbers that JackFrags put in the outro of his video, and ChatGPT tried to go to work and figure it out. The prompt this person gave ChatGPT is a YouTuber, JackFrags, just gave a set of numbers in a recent video, possibly giving a clue to new Battlefield 6 coming out this year. The numbers are, and then he lists the numbers. What do you think this means? Can you decipher anything from this? The TLDR for what ChatGPT thought is that it thought these are coordinates, and the coordinate explanation makes the strongest sense, and it actually gave a bottom line here. Quote, if JackFrags is up to his usual mischief, the safest interpretation is, here's a rough location of a map you'll see in Battlefield 6 when it drops later this year. The Sahara Sahel fits the franchise's scale and vehicle's DNA, dovetails with modern-day geopolitical hotspots, and lines up neatly with DICE's past teaser style. As of right now, these are the strongest theories that I've seen so far. I think the announcement date theory is stronger than the ChatGPT one, but I would like to point out some things that I don't really understand. Number one, why would they wait so long to announce the next Battlefield game? if they were to wait until Gamescom in August, that would be 2 months from now. And typically, we would be getting a trailer within the month of June with a release later this year. Maybe Gamescom still has significance for Battlefield. You know, perhaps this is all completely wrong. They announce a Battlefield trailer within the next 2 weeks. Then in Gamescom, there is another big teaser. And then when it comes to the coordinate theory, I just don't think these numbers are coordinates. I think they're something else. A lot of other people are speculating that these may be significant years, and there could be some event during that year that culminates to Battlefield 6. But, you know, 2195 isn't a real year that's happened yet, and neither is 2264 or 2126, so I don't see that being important either. I'm sure as the days pass on, there will be more and more theories that get theory crafted, and if one is very, very good, or maybe even if they solve something, I will definitely cover this once again. If you have a theory of your own, leave that in the comment section down below. But as of right now, all we can do is speculate, speculate, speculate. I want us to use the remaining time in this video to, again, cover the podcast format. I really want to gauge interest on this. I think the Battlefield community is missing a lot of collaborative content. I mentioned Squad Up, which is a very famous series. I'm sure a lot of us have watched that before between, you know, X Factor and Level Cap and Matimio and all the other people. And I just think ever since around Battlefield 4, there has been a complete decline in collaborative Battlefield community content, and I think the discourse has really dropped off the face of a cliff as well. And I think for my channel in particular, a really irritating sentiment that I see far, far too often from people that don't truly watch my content is that I, you know, ban people that have dissenting opinions, and I simply won't entertain anyone else's opinion. So I think this sort of one-on-one debate / conversational style format would really show people a different side of me that they have not seen before. So please let me know your interest, and if you have any ideas for potential guests or topics for this series, I would love to hear them in the comment section. I will entertain talking to anyone that has an interesting viewpoint that I think I could make a decent episode out of. It does not have to be a content creator. It could be one of you guys in the comment section. Actually, just yesterday, I spoke to a Redditor that really seemed to hate me for about 2 hours offline, and by the end of it, we were joking about fragrances, and I'd like to think we actually became friends. And that's what I think Reddit and social media does, right? It puts people on edge with each other immediately, and they don't realize that if they were to sit down and talk to the other person, it would probably work out completely differently. So let me know your thoughts on all of this stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the channel, want to follow Battlefield 6, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and swing by the streams. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders and this YouTube channel. Links are all in the description. Hope you guys have a nice day, and I will see you guys in the next video.